But there's this weird thing happening these days. And as a Christian therapist who has to walk secular circles in a field that's relatively hostile, it's been really interesting to me. So there are still groups within the United States that persecute Christians or do not want to be around or want to discriminate against Christians or don't want us involved in things. And they will always be there more than likely. And then you have things like Antifa and those groups who are diametrically opposed to the things of the Christian faith. But then you have things, I've been watching some of the conservative news media because I find it interesting. I don't necessarily agree with them on everything. Who do you agree with everything on? Show me one person and then marry them because nobody's married even to anyone who agrees with him on everything. But anyway, all that to say is there's these groups in conservative media and even like Donald Trump, President Trump, who are saying these things about the Christian faith that are really supportive, but there's this underlying tone where they don't really seem to understand the faith. For instance, and I'll show you this clip, Donald Trump the other day was asked a question that prompted him to say something about, oh, I don't think I'm probably going to heaven, even though he did all these peace
A couple of
deals.
weeks ago, you were doing an interview and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven, okay? I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven.
And the question was based in like salvation based on works. And the response was, I haven't earned it. And because of all the things I've done in the past, I don't think I'll ever get there. And I think Donald Trump identifies as a Christian. I think he had some Christian upbringing, or at least like church in his upbringing. And I wish I could have said to him in that moment, and I'm sure the Graham family has said this to him at some point, you don't have to earn it. Jesus already did that. It's great that you're doing these things, and he's forgiven everything in the past, and all you have to do is believe and accept. And then I hear other folks that, but they don't seem to understand the basics of salvation, or they'll talk about how they're a Christian and they'll use foul language that does not honor God in the next sentence. And I just don't, what I'm seeing